and Leighton
Hey
City.
everyone, and welcome to the
This
very
train is
first
formed of
episode of
4
my brand new
coaches.
Route Learning series for Stepford County Railway. As you can probably tell, this is inspired by PTG Rail, and I've tried to record this series for a while as I thought it would be something that's quite fun to make. With over 9,000 experience and having played the game for nearly 4 years, there's little I don't know about SCR, having driven each route and to each station hundreds of times. This series is generally aimed at new players to show them how to drive professionally. However, anybody,
Benton,
even those more
Benton
experienced
Bridge,
than myself, are more
Stepford
than welcome
Airport
to watch
Parkway,
too.
and
There's a few things that have
Stepford
delayed me
Airport
from making this
Central.
series, such as getting a new
This train is
PC, and
formed
also
of
there's
4
lots of
coaches.
SCR driving bugs and
The
glitches
train
within the
now
game at the moment that have made it
approaching
difficult to
platform 4.
record videos in SCR, and that's why I've been doing lots of videos in other train games instead. In the first episode of this series, we're going to be taking a look at the brand newly overhauled Airport Zone, which was being totally refurbished in the recent version 1.10 update. And we're going to be taking a journey in the Airlink Class 360/2 on Route 053, following the real-life timetable of Train 1 X-Ray 00, which is the 1640 from Stepford Central to Stepford Airport Terminal 2. Our stops along the way will include Stepford East, Elsemere Junction, Morganstown, Stepford Airport Central, Airport Terminal 1, and finally Airport Terminal 2. The train I'm going to be driving today is a 5-car Class 360/2 electric multiple unit, which has worked on a variety of main lines across Great Britain, most notably the Great Eastern Main Line when working for Greater Anglia, the Great Western Main Line when working for Heathrow Connect, which service is now deceased back in May 2018, and now most recently, the Greater Anglia sets have been transferred over to East Midlands Railways to work on the Midland Main Line on services between London St Pancras International and Corby. The Class 360/1, which is the 4-car variant of this train, were the ones that were indeed transferred from Greater Anglia to East Midlands Railways. The Class 360/2, which is the 5-car variant that I'm driving today, were destined for scrap after the Heathrow Connect service stopped running in May 2018. However, they will now be moved to the GCRE during 2023 for a new lease of life. The Class 360 was originally built between 2002 and 2005 and first entered service in August 2003. This train is a member of the Siemens Desiro family with a maximum speed of 100 miles per hour or 161 kilometers per hour. Each coach is 20.34 meters long by 3.95 meters in height, and the total width of this train is 2.79 meters, with the total weight being 168 tons. As you can see by this Airlink network map, the route that we're going to be following today is the Terminal 1 and 2 link, which is depicted in a grey colour on this map. We will be driving the one-way system, which runs clockwise through the airport terminals between Terminal 1 and Terminal 2, however skipping Airport Terminal 3 as that is on a separate triangle entirely. There is a one-way system through the airport terminals, therefore we will only be travelling one way, and there is a separate way to come back between Terminal 2 and Airport Central. However, I will likely cover that in a future video. We're now jumping into this cab shot, which was taken at a different time to recording because I never thought to get one in the video when I was actually recording this. So here it is. This is a picture of the Class 360 cab. As you can see, the cab is quite realistic, and unfortunately there aren't realistic controls in SCR at the time of recording. I don't know if there's going to be any future updates for this. However, it would be nice to have at least working power and brake, throttle controls, AWS, speedometers, all that kinds of stuff. But here you are, you can look at the detail in the cab as we are now just about ready to go. So let's now prepare for departure from Stepford Central and head out towards the airport.
First class is located at the rear of the train. Your attention, please. The 1633 Stepford Connect service to Stepford
Departing
Airport
away from
Central
Stepford Central,
has
the
been
speed limit is
cancelled.
45 miles per hour,
This is due
and we've
to
got just
a
over a
member of the
mile to
train
go to
crew
our
being
first stop, which is
unavailable.
going to be at
The
Stepford
train
East.
now standing
In order to accelerate to 45 miles per hour, I'd recommend
Welcome
pressing the
on board
W
this
key to
Airlink
accelerate
service to
up to the
Airport
point on the throttle
Terminal
that is
2.
just below the letter
We will
O. As you
call
can see,
at
it's written in the side there.
Stepford
We're now up
East,
to 45 miles per
Elsemere
hour,
Junction,
and I'm just allowing the train to coast.
Morganstown,
The speed limit's
Stepford
now gone up to
Airport
110
Central,
miles per hour.
Airport
However, the top speed of
Terminal
this train
1,
is 100 miles per
and
hour, so therefore we
Airport
won't be able to
Terminal
accelerate
2.
any further than that.
The next
Due to the
station
acceleration
will
and
be
braking being
Stepford
unrealistically
East.
good in Stepford County Railway, we will still be able to accelerate up to the train's top speed, although it won't be very long lasting, as shortly we will be having to brake for our first stop. I'm doing that now. We just passed the Stepford Connect headquarters on our right back there.
We will shortly be arriving at
An unwritten rule
Stepford
within
East.
SCR is that you have to
Change
enter a
here for
platform
trains
between
to
45 and 25
Stepford
miles per hour.
UFC
However, I like
and
to enter stations
Whitefield.
at just over 30
Please mind the
because
gap
that
between
seems
the
a lot
train
more
and the
realistic to
platform.
me. So as you can see, we're now
And
entering Stepford
Airport
East
Terminal
platform
2.
5 at 35 miles
This
per
train
hour.
is formed of
And we're looking
5
for the
coaches.
4-5 car stop sign,
First
which is just
class is
coming up
located at
as
the
the
rear of
platform
the
enters
train.
this curve. So here is the car stop, and we have arrived at Stepford East. Departing away from Stepford East, the speed limit has remained at 110 miles per hour. We've got 2 3/4 miles to go to the next stop, which is Elsemere Junction.
Welcome on
So after
board
leaving
this
Stepford East, we
Airlink
can
service
accelerate
to
all the way up to full
Airport
power, 100
Terminal
miles
2.
per hour.
The next station
On the left-hand side,
will
we've just
be
passed Stepford Depot,
Elsemere
which is the main
Junction.
base for all trains within the Stepford County Railway map, except Waterline, because they don't run to the Stepford area. I will be covering some Waterline routes in future videos. However, Stepford Depot is home to Just Connect, Airlink and Express trains. We've now reached the maximum speed, however it won't be for very long, as we are shortly going to be decelerating down to 90 miles per hour as we'll be passing through St Helens Bridge station. You can see I've slowed down to below 90 now. And here we are passing through St Helens Bridge. This is where the Connect main lines are going to diverge off towards Benson and Leighton. Most express routes go that way as well. However, some will come and join the Airlink tracks that we're currently on at the Harrow flyover, which is just coming up. The speed limit has now just gone up to 125 miles per hour, which is the maximum speed for any train in Stepford County Railway. We are now passing New Harrow station, and as you can see, the bridges in front are indeed where the express trains branch off and join onto the Airlink tracks. They will cross over the other Connect lines and they will then join the express lines just before St Helens Bridge. We're now passing Elsemere Pond station, and we just whistled for the Elsemere Pond level crossing. We will now very shortly be arriving into Elsemere Junction, so I'm going to apply the brakes for our
between
stop.
the train and the platform.
Here we are, entering the platform at around 33 miles per hour. Just about the perfect speed.
Morganstown.
Here at Elsemere Junction, the stop car marker is right at the end of the platform underneath the footbridge. So I'm going to have to make sure that I don't brake and stop too early, but also so that I don't stop too late, because we're going to be right at the end of the platform. Departing Elsemere Junction, the speed limit is still 125 miles per hour. We've got just over 2.5 miles to go to the next stop, which is Morganstown.
The next station will be
Once again, we can accelerate right up to the top speed for this train, which is 100 miles per hour, and then we can likely just leave the train there. We're in quite an industrial area at the moment. This part of the map hasn't seen that much scenery overhauls, particularly the bit between Elsemere and Berrily, which we are coming up to now. We just passed the Airlink headquarters on the right hand side there. We are now passing through Berrily station, which is unique in the fact that it only has one eastbound platform for express trains. Express don't actually stop here, however there's one Airlink route that does, and it can only stop for trains heading towards the airport, but not for trains heading towards Stepford. On the left-hand side was Berrily Depot, which is used by Stepford Connect only. We're briefly passing under this tunnel, and on the other side of the tunnel is actually East Berrily Station, which is served only by Connect. You can see the lines rejoining us now. Nice to have green signals all the way. Sometimes the Airlink lines can get very busy, particularly in rush hour. We're now passing Beaulieu Park Station, and on the right the corresponding signal box. And there is going to be a speed limit reduction to 100 miles per hour, which would be for passing trains. However, that doesn't affect this train's top speed because we can go no more than 100 miles per hour anyway. We're now crossing the spectacular Morganstown viaduct over the Morganstown estuary of the River Ben, and as you can see I've now made quite a hard brake application because Morganstown station is just coming up.
Calling at Stepford
Going to be
Airport
arriving
Central,
just on time as well.
Airport Terminal 1.
Now the platforms at
and
Morganstown are very
Airport
long,
Terminal
however
2.
once again the stop car
This
market
train
is
is
right at the end of the
full of
platform,
5
so I've got to be
coaches.
careful that I don't overshoot,
First class
but also
is
so that I
located
don't
at the
stop
rear
too
of the
early.
train.
So we should be stopping in just about the right place. Here we are, arrival at Morganstown. Upon departure from Morganstown, the speed limit is 100 miles per hour,
Welcome
although
on
very
board
quickly
this
going down to
Airlink
75
service
miles
to
per hour as the
Airport
Airlink trains will be
Terminal
taking the
2.
left fork towards
The
our
next
next stop at
station
Stepford
will
Airport
be
Central, which is in
Stepford
just under
Airport
2
Central.
miles. The lines going straight on are used by Express, and they will very shortly after link up with the Express lines that ran via Benton. The line we are joining up with now is the other Airlink line which runs towards Leighton Stepford Road, which forms the other part of the Morganstown Triangle. The speed limit is now once again increased to 110 miles per hour as we pass Airport Parkway Depot. We are now rapidly approaching the newly overhauled airport zone. The lines from the left is the Connect lines that run to the airport, which also run via Benton. We're now joining up with the Airport Parkway siding, which is used by Airlink. The speed limit will shortly be dropping to 80 miles per hour, so I'm going to need to make sure that I slow down for that before we get to Airport Parkway Station, which is just coming up. I appreciate I didn't quite slow down quite quick enough there, so make sure you do slow down towards 80 miles per hour once you pass the sign, once you cross the end of the Airport Parkway siding. That's when I would recommend you slow down. I left it a fraction too late because I wasn't concentrating. So that was a little bit embarrassing as the speed limit once again increases to 110 miles per hour, but will be shortly dropping to 75 and then 45 miles per hour as we round this right hand curve towards Airport Central Station. We're now down to 44 miles per hour in time. The platform indicator signalling that we will be into platform 4 here at Airport Central, which we don't need to cross any points, we can just go straight into the platform.
Stepford Road and Airport Terminal 3.
This station clearly inspired by
Terminal
Gatwick
two.
Airport in real
Between
life,
trains
however it is
and
certainly one of my
five
favourites in
coaches.
Stepford County Railway. I do
First
very
class
much like
is
this
located
station.
at the rear
The
of the
detail that's
train.
been put into it is simply spectacular. As you can see, there's a 5-6 car stop coming up here on the left hand side, so we've now stopped in just about the right place. Departing away from Airport Central, the speed limit is still 45 miles per hour, and we've got 0.7 miles to go, and we're now going underground because our next station is Airport Terminal 1. We're now going to be going on the single track loop around the terminal section. You can see the lines that continue straight are generally used for going directly to Terminal 2 or from coming straight back from Airport Terminal 2 on the one-way system. The speed limit has now increased to 80 miles per hour as we are now entering the tunnel section inspired off the Crossrail Elizabeth Line project in London. However, it's not very far to Terminal 1, so although we've just reached 79 miles per hour, I'm going to quickly start bringing our speed down. Here at Airport Terminal 1, I'm aiming to use the 5-car stop sign, which is located a good distance down the platform.
1651 Airlink Service to Airport Terminal 2.
As you can see, we've just passed the
Calling
3
at
4-car stop.
Airport
The
Terminal
5-car
2
stop's coming up on the
only.
left-hand side.
This train is formed
And
of
here we are,
5 coaches.
arrival at Terminal 1. Departure from Airport Terminal 1, and the speed limit is still at 80 miles per hour, although very quickly being reduced down to 75, although that shouldn't affect us because no trains actually skip Terminal 1. And we've got 1.15 miles to go to our next and final stop, which is going to be at Airport Terminal 2. So as you can see, I'm now accelerating up towards 75 miles per hour. And we've now arrived at the Airport Terminal Triangle, the line to our right there, diverging towards Airport Terminal 3, which is located off to the right. And shortly there will be lines coming onto the right, joining onto our single track, which have come from Airport Terminal 3. However, there are some trains that can run to Terminal 3 via Terminal 2, hence the double line. Speed limit's now gone up to 90 miles per hour, and I've got an AWS warning with a double caution aspect, as we are now running round the outskirts of the airport, passing beneath the runway. I've now got another AWS warning, so I am now going to apply the brakes as we approach Terminal 2. We've got an amber signal, so I need to make sure that I'm prepared to stop if the next signal is red. The next signal is amber. We've now got a warning for a reduction to a 30 mile per hour speed limit, as we are just rounding the final corner towards Terminal 2 station. The signal is indicating that we are going to be on platform 3.
We will shortly be arriving at Airport Terminal 2.
Down to 30 in time.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This train terminates here.
And we're just now going to nicely pull in and cruise up to the buffers at this station, which is based off Manchester Airport, if you've ever been there in real life. So now I'm just going to use some very gradual controlled braking to bring our speed down. And here we are. Welcome to Airport Terminal 2. We have arrived at our terminus bang on time. I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. These videos did take quite a long time to make, so any support will be much appreciated. Once again, thank you for watching.
This is Airport Terminal 2. This train terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.